Hey guys, welcome back to Cartooning with Paul. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw Goofy from head to toe. So come on, let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back. Like I said, today we're going to draw Goofy. This one comes as a special request. Sean wants to learn how to draw Goofy's whole body. So we're going to go over how the body is proportioned and why it's proportioned the way it is. So let's dive into this. Okay, so in learning how to draw Goofy's whole body, we have to keep in mind that Goofy is 8 heads tall. And what do I mean by that? Well, if this is the size of Goofy's head, okay, we're gonna quickly measure this. 2 inches. Look at this. I'm gonna fail you right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just made it on the page. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heads tall, right? We give him his long neck, and then he's basically shaped like this, except that Goofy slouches. So when he's standing perfectly straight, he is 8 heads tall. When he slouches, he's really 7 heads tall. And his body is angled like this. So we've got his chest here, and then we've got his knees here. We'll give him his seat. And then his feet come out like that. And then his arms, when he's just chilling out, they just kind of hang right about there. Just like that. So, let's draw him for real. Alright, so let's give him a nice typical pose for Goofy. We're going to keep it nice and loose. And we're going to keep in mind we want this to be 7 heads high. Okay, let's see. We got about 1.5 inches here. So 3. No, we're just going to double that down to 6. And then 9. This is 7 heads high. There's the ground. And let's play with Goofy here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly draw in Goofy's head. I'm going to draw in my normal speed in which I draw Goofy. So if you're looking for a slower, more in-depth step-by-step on how to draw Goofy's head, I've got a video right here in the description. I'm going to put a card right up there for you. Now in drawing the torso is going to be about 4 heads high. Now remember, I drew in the whole head, but the head measurement we're going for is that initial circle. So if we start the shoulders right about here, right? The proportion, and I'm just going to measure it out to show you here. It's about 1.5 inches. So we're going to go down here and here. Okay, so this is going to be roughly where his seat goes. His belly will be right about here. And his shoulders are here. So what we're going to do, because he's got a broader chest than he does a belly these days, they trimmed him down over the years. So here we go. This is basically his torso. And now his legs, because we're drawing him looking straight at us, his legs come out and they bend. Sometimes they bend his legs a little far for my liking, but this is what we're looking at here. So like that. But in remembering how to draw Goofy's pants, his pants are very, very loose. He wears them kind of low, so they kind of sag right in here. Just like that. All right? His shirt, we want to make sure that we keep the bottom rounded like that, and it's got a cuff like that. Now this is very rough. We're going to go in with some nice finer details in a minute, but I just want to get down his initial pose to start. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have him waving. So I'm going to turn his shoulders a little bit. Now his arms are about 3.5 heads long. So let's just, yeah. His elbow would go right about here. Okay. This may not be the strongest pose, but it'll show you exactly where you need to start with, and you can do your own posing. Okay. So you got to keep his arms nice and thin. They get a little wider at the wrist, but you're going to put in his sleeves here anyway. So we're going to give him a nice thick rounded cuff to his sleeve. You roll them up a little bit. And we'll just throw it in like that. They don't really get very, very wide. Okay. And let's see. For his other, we'll put it on his hip here. Just like so. All right. And let's see, we'll do the same on this side. I'm going to give him a shoulder here, because he's kind of perched this arm on his hip here. And because we've got a definite bend here, we're going to want to give a little crease to his sleeve right there in the elbow. All right. His vest comes right about here. And because I've got this shoulder up a little higher, I'm going to want that vest to come up a little bit as well. Nothing too drastic, but we want that little scale of believability there. All right. Now, because we're looking at Goofy head on, and he's not stretching out at all, we don't see his neck, but you want to make sure that his collar is kind of represented in there. All right, now I'm going to go back in And I'm gonna first do this hand. All right, I'm gonna color in his arm. And now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do this hand. And really, he's got the outer part of his hand just relaxed on his hip. Just like that. I'm going to represent another finger there and another finger here. And that'll do for that. His thumb will be over here, but I'm not really going to see it. Sometimes that looks confusing and we won't draw it in. All right. So there's one arm. Let's draw this hand in. And like I said, it kind of gets thicker when you get to the wrist. So draw in the cuff to his glove. And I don't like that angle. I like, yeah, that's better. Okay. He's gonna be, there's his thumb. There's that meaty part of his hand here. There's one finger. There's another finger. Just throw another finger right in there. And now let's, because we've got this hand in, let's fix that bottom rolled cuff to his shirt. Just like so. And now let's throw in those other details, including the feet. But let's draw in the pants with a little more finality here. Let's see, we're gonna want to put a wrinkle here in the knee. And then his cuffs are folded here at the bottom. All right, so let's imagine we can see his leg inside the pants here. So we've got it out here like this, right? And then it comes in like this. So we've got his ankle in here. Gonna throw in the cuff to his shoe. Now let's draw in the shoe, which is about the same length as from his knee down to his ankle. So if we take our pencil and we measure it like this, it's very safe to put it right here like that. And because he's looking this way, we never want to draw his feet straight across. We want to give it a little dimension, just like that. Now there are different ways of drawing Goofy's feet. His shoes, they have evolved over time. Currently, it's best to draw it like this. So we've got a little crease here in between the toes and the major part of the foot. And remember to keep that rounded, and you come in. Give him a heel. You don't want it too high. And another cool thing to do is to upturn the feet a little bit. So we'll give it a little loop right here. And now same thing on the other side. Let's imagine that the leg, his thigh is right here up against his pants. And then they come in right about here. Now later on, when I ink and paint this thing in, I'm gonna have all of that erased, so you'll never see that I use that as a guideline. And let's see, one's overlapping the other, which is perfect. And let's just make sure we've got it at the right length here. Yeah. So it's gonna stop right about here. Now this one I will draw on the side. You don't want to draw both of them to the side, but this one is okay. Like this. I'm going to draw in that under part of the shoe again, right about here. Just like that. All right, let me fix some of this because some of this is a little sloppy. Yeah, kind of like that. All right, so let's see, we got the whiskers, I've got that in. Got this in like that. Let's give that hat a little more definition. He already has his hairs here. Let's just darken in some of these lines in his ears. If you guys like this video, please give it the thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe. And if you like some other videos, I've got some right over here for you. I want to thank you so much for drawing with me. And until the next video, we'll see you later.